Hello, everyone, once again. Well, that was a very insightful session. Thank you, Professor Vasanti and the panelists for guiding us on how to make collaboration the norm. Tell me one thing. Do you sometimes feel that potential is the prerogative of the privileged? It's not. And this session will tell us why not. Given the right opportunities, large untapped potential of girls from the most underprivileged backgrounds can be leveraged to create an Equiverse. For this, let me invite Shilpa Ajwani to take us through an inspiring story of a young girl, one of the real game changers, as you'll see. Shilpa is founder and CEO of Uno Mantra, a business strategy consulting and leadership coaching firm. She's a seasoned professional with 25 years of rich corporate leadership experience, and previously Shilpa was MD Tupperware India. Shilpa says that she's on a mission to create iconic leaders, brands, communities, and organizations built on purpose. And she's a very active and esteemed member of TalentNomics India's advisory council as well. Welcome to this conference, Shilpa. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. Today I'm in conversation with a young lady, Pavitra Govindaraj. Pavitra and I are going to be speaking about how equal opportunity is the real game changer. Pavitra's story is fascinating. Pavitra was born in a little tiny village in Tamil Nadu, south of India. And in her own words, every time a girl child is born there, she's seen as an expense by the family. And as a result, from a very young age, she has to join the family in fulfilling all the household duties as well as the farm duties too. But Pavitra's mother had different plans for her daughter. And this is the story that I want to bring to all of you today. It amazed me, it's fascinating, and it just tells me that there is so many possibilities we can together unleash, provided we give access to equal opportunities for all. So hi, Pavitra. Welcome to this conference.
Hi, Shilpa.
It's great to be in conversation today on a topic that's close to our heart. And I want to really start by asking you and taking you back a little bit down the memory lane for you. Tell us the story of little Pavitra and how did she transition to this amazing young professional who works for Mercedes-Benz in India today?
Okay, so my story started off like any other girl in the village. I was born to a mom and dad who were just teenagers when they had me, when they got married and had me. And so I mostly lived with my grandparents for my early years because my mother was away from the village because she was earning to build a house for me that was not in the village because she did not want me to live the village life. And so that's really where it all began. And at the age of 4, I joined the school at Shanti Bhavan. Shanti Bhavan Residential School is a school for the children from the most poor backgrounds, and it doesn't consider the caste system, but it levels the playing field for everyone by providing the exact opportunity that any well provided child would have. And so I joined the school at the age of 4, and that changed my life completely. My mother decided to put me in the school despite the fact that she would be away from her daughter for 14 years. That's how long I studied at the school for. So it was a hard decision for her, but she knew that she wanted a better life for me from what she had. And so I'm very thankful to her for that.
Wonderful. And you had told me when we were speaking earlier that your mother was pulled out of school and she was not allowed to get educated. And it is so wonderful to see that one day when she heard about Shanti Bhavan, she decided that my daughter should go there. And the story behind that is that Pavitra's mother got to know about Shanti Bhavan from a friend of hers whose daughter went there. And her mother, Pavitra's mother, saw that daughter was young, vivacious, enthusiastic, very different from all the malnourished children she saw at the village. And she said, I want my daughter to have a life like that. And that's how she decided that Shanti Bhavan would be the school that she would want Pavitra to study in. So Pavitra, tell me, while you were in the village, and then of course you kept going back during your holidays as well to the village every time, what were some of the challenges that you experienced as a girl child? And how did they make you feel at that time?
So one of the major challenges I faced was going against or dealing with society's expectations for a girl child. So in the village where I grew up, every girl child is expected to get married once they finish middle school, and no one sees a need for a girl child to continue further education, to go to college, to start earning, because that's not what the mold that society has created for them. That's not the right mold, and so we don't fit that mold if we do pursue further education. And so that was a very big challenge. And when I finished my 10th grade exams, I remember how my mother kept telling me, someone else is wants to get married to you, someone's interested, and I was perplexed and didn't really know how to deal with it. But I had a very good support system at the school that made sure that I knew what I wanted, and I knew that that was not the kind of life I wanted. I did not want to get married and have kids when I was just 21 and didn't have any money to support myself, and especially not in the village, because there's not a lot of opportunities and not a lot of growth. And so I did not want that life for myself, and I was very thankful to the school for giving me the protection I needed when I couldn't say no to my parents. Yeah. So that was one major challenge. Another one is also the fact that us girls are prepped from a very young age to become marriage material. So we have to cook, clean, do all of the housework, and help out in the fields, everything. And that was kind of tiring, and I would always question as to why I was doing it, and not why wouldn't the guy be doing the same thing. And yeah, so that was another thing that was kind of hard to deal with as a kid.
So obviously your life, once you got an opportunity to study in Shanti Bhavan, was very different from the other girls in the village, right?
Yes.
So tell me about some choices that you had to make. For example, the subjects that you took up as you were growing up, and what made you interested in those subjects?
So I was always very, very interested in learning. I just liked learning new things, learning new cultures, especially in our school, because we had people from other countries come and volunteer and teach us for a month or so. And we were just exposed to a lot of things, and it just made me want to explore the world and made me want to learn a lot. And when we were taught computers, and we discovered that computers existed and all of the wonders it could do, it made me very passionate, and I was like, that is something I definitely want to explore and pursue. And so so when it came time to choose my majors in 11th and 12th, what I chose was I chose mathematics, physics, and chemistry, because we did not have computers as an option at that time. And so I chose the core science subjects because I knew it would eventually lead me to a field in computers. And so I chose those subjects. And once I graduated from school and entered college, I chose computer science, mathematics, and statistics. And yeah, and I did my college at Christ University, and it was a very fun experience. I learned a lot about computers, and then I decided that I really did want to pursue it, but I did need a break from it. So I did a HR job in Mercedes for 2 years, which converted to a computers job. And now I'm a graduate engineer trainee and doing mostly data analysis in my team.
Wonderful. So the world of computers was very fascinating for you, yeah? And tell me, how does Shanti Bhavan really help to mold girls? You know, you said that they come from really poor families. The background is so very different. Many times even the parents must have been uneducated. So, so how does Shanti Bhavan really mold you? What was the first sort of memory you have of Shanti Bhavan? And tell us a couple of episodes which were perhaps, you know, and they will always be memorable for you for life, spent at Shanti Bhavan.
Yes, yes. So I don't really remember exactly, but I do have a vague recollection of my first day at school. My first day at school was also the day my classmates, the other 23 of us, joined the school. And so we all joined the school at the same day, and we're all 4 years old and all getting separated from our parents for the first time for an extended period of time. So all of us was just yelling and crying. And all of the dorm aunties who were supposed to take care of us had a very tough time separating us from our parents and convincing us that they were not going to leave forever, they were going to come back. And so that was very hard on the first day. But I think what it did is it formed a sense of companionship with everyone who joined with us, because we literally became brother and sisters, because we had to live together for 14 years and had to grow up together, see each other's faces every day at school, at work, at school, during in the classroom, and even during the PT time, literally every day. And so it created a bond that I think we carry with us forever. So that was one memory that I really liked. And what that memory also does is it shows how equal we were. And at school, we were never told that we were poor, that money was never factored into our lives at school. So for 14 years, I never knew the importance money had in a person's life. So I think that was a very major, it had a very major impact on my life. I knew that money was important, but not the kind of importance that makes me greedy for it, that nothing negative that comes along with money has been attached to me because of the fact that I didn't really think about money for a very long time. And yeah, and so that was very nice. We were never made to feel poor. We were always brought up like we were the stars of the world and we could accomplish great things. And so that was really, and we were never felt different from the boys. We were always treated on the same plane. If the girls had to wash dishes at dinner time, then even the guys would get their chance. And so it was always rotationary, and we were treated very equally, which is why I think that was the biggest impact. And till today, I don't think I'm any different from a boy, because I really am not.
Sure, absolutely. And, you know, in the Indian schooling system, class 10 and 12 have a very special significance because you do external board examinations, and it's a very stressful time for all children. That's the time you definitely want to be around your parents, and you're nervous. There's just so much of stress on what will happen next. How were those, 2 years for you when you were appearing for boards?
So my in 10th and 12th, I was not really nervous because I had seen my previous seniors graduate and go to attend successful colleges and successful jobs. And so I wasn't really nervous, or I didn't think I was nervous until the 10th board exams came up. And in our school, it's a practice to applaud for all of the seniors who've just finished their exam. And so a month before, or the whole year that the 10th grade and the 12th grade are writing their exam, the whole school's attention is on them. And it's not ever focusing on their results. It's always thinking about how we can support them and give them best chance they have to finish their board exams. And so what we do was this kitchen would give them the best nutritious food they could ever eat for that year. They were given they were given leisure time. They could study when they could study, and if they couldn't study, and they could choose where they wanted to study. So it was very open and it was very relaxing to study. So I wasn't ever stressed preparing for my exams. but writing exams comes with its own stress, no matter how supportive the environment is. And so what I'd seen my past seniors, what we do on a regular basis is we would applaud the 10th and 12th graders once they finished writing the exam and they were stepping out of the examination hall. The whole school would just gather and applaud for them. And I think that was like, it brought a sense of family, and it made you feel like you mattered in the world, despite whatever result. Even if you felt like you just botched that exam, you'd still come out to applause. And it would help you prepare for the next exam, because you wouldn't be thinking, oh my God, I really, really did badly. But you would be thinking, okay, it's fine, that's gone. I have so many people to support me, I can prepare for my next exam. And so I think it just helped us. I really loved the applause. I loved giving it. I loved receiving it. It felt like a family. And so that was the best aspect of writing my 10th and 12th exams.
Wonderful. And I think that confidence still shows on you beautifully, Pavitra. So what would you say were some of the important opportunities that came your way? What would be some key things that really made your life different from the life of a girl child back in your village, even today, for example?
So the major opportunity I got was the education I received. I would never ever discount how much an education can change a person's life. And so the education got me started. But what I also appreciate the school for is not just the education, not just providing us the education, but ensuring that we followed through with it. Because especially as teenagers, we don't really know what we want in life. And if our parents push us into something, say a marriage, then if it's really out of your hands, then and it's out of your control, then you would end up getting married. I think that's what happened to most of my cousins. I have a cousin who's younger than me and married to an old guy and already with a kid. And I don't see how her life is going to be better and how she's going to enjoy her life. And I'm thankful for the school for ensuring that all its girl kids don't get married off at the earliest age they can. But they do follow through, finish their education, at least reach college. And what the school does is they carry us from 4 years old all the way to your first job. And so I was able to get employed at Mercedes-Benz. And so that was a very good opportunity. And it made me see, and I'm currently now the only person in my family who's earning more than a guy in any generation in my family, and I'm able to support my parents. And I feel like that's such a good privilege, and I feel like that's a big opportunity that the school created and made sure that we followed through.
Wonderful. So school education at Shanti Bhavan, then you went to Christ University, finished your college, and then the school even enabled you to get this break in terms of your first job at Mercedes-Benz. And that's just completely opened up a whole new world for you. I can see that in your eyes as well, Pavitra. So we're already in December. 1 year is going to end and a new year is ahead of us. So what are some of the aspirations you have? What are the dreams that Pavitra has today for the rest of her life?
What I'd like to do is I'd like to pursue my master's, because I really want to explore what computers and now data has, what it can do and how it can change the world, not for the bad, but for the better. And so I really want to explore that. So I am planning of doing my master's next year. And so I'm just going to be preparing for them mostly. And that's something I'm really looking forward to planning and preparing. So we've all heard the saying where you have to, if you want to help someone else with their oxygen mask, you have to first wear it yourself. And so that's what I'm mostly focusing on in aspects of just making myself financially stable, my family financially stable, because debt, I think, is a very big problem in India, especially with the poor. And so we're just clearing out our debt, and then I'll be focusing on mostly a master's and then financial stability before I can start thinking about contributing to other people.
And I love the fact that your mother asks you, how can she support you in funding for your master's, right? And not recommending the next guy you should be seeing to get married to. So what an amazing transformation, yeah? So tell me, with your success and the kind of life that you live now, what are some of the ripples that have been created for other young girls, women around you, especially back in the village or even back at Shanti Bhavan now? How do they see you, and how do you think you have impacted their life for the positive, them and their parents both?
Yes, I'm glad you asked this question, because most people don't really think about the effect they're having, and that the same thing happens to me. I don't really think how the world perceives me, but I noticed that especially in the village, there are two types of women. You either get married and have a successful life, or you don't get married and everyone just looks at you with shame, and your own family doesn't really take care of you as well. I do have an aunt who isn't married still, and she's pretty young, but the family as a whole doesn't really take care of her. And so those are the only two role models or options I had seeing growing up. And so I think that what me pursuing education and financially providing for my family, I think that's opened up the other girls' eyes and made them see that they're not two molds. They can choose the kind of future they want to create and the kind of path they want to follow, and their lives in their own hands. And I feel like that's something that I've added to their lives, and also the fact that an education can get them so much further and have them dream such big dreams. So every time the neighboring girls come over, we're just sitting and chatting, and I'm always telling them dream big, because usually the village, their dreams don't extend outside of the village, or the nearest it goes is the next village. And I don't really want them to dream small. I'm always telling everyone I can, please dream big. There's a whole world out there you have to explore, and the world needs to see you. And so just dream big and follow through. And I really want them to work hard at their studies. So I try to help them out if they have math questions, English questions, Hindi questions, anything. I just try to help them out as much as I can.
Oh, wonderful to hear that, Pavitra. And yes, we all can create ripples in our own way. Each of us is having an impact. So tell me, that brings me really to my last question for you today, that from your point of view, what does an equitable world look like, or an Equiverse? What does that look like for Pavitra?
An Equiverse, I think, is what my school is doing, and providing equal opportunities, irrespective of gender, irrespective of your financial status in society, or just your caste status, anything, your social standing, anything, but just creating equal opportunities and providing it to people who maybe can't really afford it. I think that's what an Equiverse is to me, just creating equal opportunities for everyone. Yeah, that's the most detailed explanation I can give.
Sure. And we all want to live in that world, right?
Definitely.
So thanks for speaking with us today, Pavitra, sharing your beautiful journey. I wish you all the very best for your masters and beyond. Continue to create the ripples for other young women around you. Be that role model we all want to see young women of today becoming. And with that, it's the end of the conversation with Pavitra Govindraj today. What I would love to see is that all of us, like Shanti Bhavan has, that's just one institution, but look at the way they've been able to unlock so many dreams of young boys and girls, and irrespective of gender, creating this beautiful, equitable world within that school to begin with, and giving these children a perspective on how to create an Equiverse outside. So you and I too can do our bit by creating opportunities so that we make this world more equitable, one person, one situation at a time. So all the very best for joining hands for an Equiverse.
Well, making this world equitable, one person, one situation at a time. So aptly put, Shilpa. And what a moving story, Pavitra. You said you can choose the future you want to live. Very true indeed. Thanks both of you, Shilpa and Pavitra. This was very inspiring. A big thank you. Well, Anish, long day, lots of interesting sessions. There's been loads of inspiration throughout the day, lots of new ideas. I think while we chew all of this, let's move to our next and last exciting session for the day.
Absolutely.
The 2021 Game Changer Awards, where we celebrate individuals and organizations for their contributions to empower women globally.
Yeah, and Nikita, let's also watch on for who is innovating, who is scaling and sustaining change. Let's also watch out for who's building social capital and trust and how they are doing it. So without giving too much away, let's hear out those categories and then let's look at their journeys together.
Welcome to the 2021 TalentNomics Game Changer Awards. My name is Anouk Pappers and I'm your host for this special awards event to honor exceptional individuals and organizations who are advancing women and are transforming workplaces across the globe. We will celebrate the contributions of individuals and organizations who are positively impacting women's lives worldwide, and we will share their stories. And we hope that they will inspire all of you to follow in their path. Our ceremony will start with the TalentNomics Individual Awards. First up is our Building Social Capital and Trust Award. The essence of this category is to honor a person who goes above and beyond in using their diverse career network for others and who is personally trusted by others for advice. Importantly, this person leverages their contacts to empower women and girls for sustainable outcomes. Please welcome one of our corporate sponsors for today's event, Matja Ricard, Senior Manager at Synopsys. She will present our first award for building social capital and trust.
Thank you, Anouk, and hello everyone. Synopsys is pleased to be here as a corporate sponsor. Here at Synopsys, we are very passionate about the work that we do to support women at every stage of their career, whether that's in our Women in Leadership program, our Women's Employee Resource Group, or our Inclusion and Diversity programming across the business. In the past century, women have made tremendous strides across the globe in gaining access to opportunities in the workplace, but there is still so much more to be done. The first award recipient works hard to advance women and minorities in her field. She helps to make the path easier for those who come after her by hiring great female leaders and consistently advocating for more women in the boardroom. It is my distinct pleasure to announce that the recipient of the 2021 TalentNomics Building Social Capital and Trust Award is Sree Menon, the former COO at Top Hatter and eBay Motors General Manager. She is a founding member of Chief.com, a network that connects and supports women executives, and at the Nitti Futures Fund, which is dedicated to supporting women investors, founders of color, and other diverse and underrepresented founding teams. Congratulations, Sree.
Thank you, Team TalentNomics, for your recognition. growing up in a very small town in Rajasthan, India, where little girls could not really dream because somebody else would shape their destiny for them. I was so lucky to have great parents who believed in me, who encouraged me, and who allowed my personality to blossom. And then I was equally lucky when I went into the workforce to have believers and mentors and sponsors. For every 100 people who didn't believe in me, there was that one person who did. And they opened doors for me, they coached me, and I'm incredibly grateful for their role in my career and my journey. This is why I am so passionate about mentoring and giving back. I also believe that this should be done at a platform level, which is why I work with Chief and Nitti Futures Fund, because I believe that the only way change can be broad-based and deep is when it is done at a platform level. My message to all of the aspirants out there is dream big, believe in yourself, and work hard. You do these three things, the universe will definitely open its doors for you. May the force be with you all. Thank you.
TalentNomics' next award celebrates scaling and sustaining change, with a special focus on women and girls in the global arena. We consider the nominees who are working to increase awareness, accelerate change, and who personally exemplify high standards for supporting women and girls. Please welcome Linda Solomon, TalentNomics President and Board Director, who will introduce our next awardee.
It is my honor to present the Scaling and Sustaining Change Award, sponsored by a leading UBS wealth management advisor. Nominees in this category represented girls' education, science, labor rights, women's rights, technology, human rights, and global health. The exceptional person who is receiving this award today is Ziadin Yousafzai, co-founder of the Malala Fund for Girls' Education, and the role he may be the most proud of, he is also Malala's father. First, a word from the Malala Fund in Malala's own words.
When you give to Malala Fund, your donation reaches people around the world. Your gift supports advocates like Munira, who's working to change laws in Nigeria so that all girls can go to school for 12 years. Girls Like Peace, a 15-year-old activist who helps other girls understand their rights to education. Educators like Arman, who recruits and trains female teachers in Afghanistan. Activists like Rihanna are convincing parents to send their daughters to school in India. Thanks to Rihanna's work and your support, Sonam is in school and learning today. These girls want nothing more than an education and an equal chance to pursue their dreams. Please give today and join me in creating a world where every girl can choose her own future.
This is really transformative work, Zia. Congratulations, and please accept this award with our greatest appreciation for all that you're doing to scale and sustain change through the Malala Fund.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you, Linda, for this wonderful recognition. Thank you, TalentNomics, for acknowledging the contribution of the Malala Fund to girls' education. My name is Ziadin Yousafzai, and the world also knows me as Malala's father, and I'm so proud of it. One thing I know for sure as a father and as a teacher is the power of education. Education is the most powerful equalizer. My 5 sisters did not go to school, so I was determined to educate my daughter. I established a school of 1,100 children in the Swat Valley. When Taliban banned girls' education, Malala and I stood up for the right of girls' education at the cost of our lives. After attack on Malala, we established the Malala Fund, and the Malala Fund want to see a world where every girl have an access to free, safe and quality education. Because it is crucial for scaling the change and sustaining it to educate our girls. As Malala once said, we cannot succeed when half of us are held back. Thank you for this honor. Thank you again.
Our next award celebrates innovating, with a special focus on individuals who create or invest in new products or services to enrich the lives of women and girls. Please welcome one of our platinum sponsors for today's event, Nokia's Head of Global Enterprises, Chris Johnson, who will present the Innovating Award.
With our customers, we create the critical networks that bring together the world's people, machines, and devices, using and reusing the world's resources more efficiently to be more productive, inclusive, and open.
We need a workplace where people can be themselves. Companies that are good at diversity and inclusion actually achieve better financial results. They often have better customer satisfaction, and they have a faster speed in innovation. So that is one thing, is of course the business results, but it's not only that. It is simply because it is the right thing to do.
We strongly believe in inclusion and diversity. Nokia needs teams that are diverse, teams that are also made of women, because we believe that we are better off building products for all, not just for some, when we listen to all voices and avoid groupthink. And only this way we will create technology that will help the world act together.
As a business leader, I view inclusion and diversity as a business imperative, and gender equality lies at the heart of this diversity. We have set key targets in terms of hiring and advancing women and closing the gender gap in our company. When you have a more diverse team, you make better decisions and produce better results.
Gender diversity is very important in the tech field because we need tech products to work well for everyone, not just half the population. Women can have different perspectives on a problem. These other perspectives can help to better innovate.
To encourage engagement and innovation around the company, Nokia has extensive educational programs and employee communities to drive diversity and inclusion opportunities. It's not just about what we're doing within our company, we have several initiatives that are making and having positive impact externally. Nokia is engaged with the UN Women Empowerment Initiative, which combines our technology innovations and our people to make a difference around the world.
Rather than trying to enhance women's leadership skills through a training focus, we want them to apply their already existing natural leadership behaviors in a practical business-related environment and observe the outcomes. This program is about creating technology by a woman for women.
The program combines efforts to reach gender parity in society in the information communication technology field. It also balances gender approach in exploring solutions and decision making. I also like to work with diversity in the culture.
For me, what I particularly enjoyed about the program was meeting women from different countries with diverse ideas. My biggest takeaway from this program is I am a solution giver.
Nokia is committed to advancing the ideals that TalentNomics promotes, and we're proud to be here with you today celebrating another innovator through the TalentNomics Game Changer Award. In the Innovating Award category, the nominees represented diverse areas under the innovation umbrella, including girls' education, impact investing, women's rights, STEM, conservation, media and tech, global health, energy, architecture, and entrepreneurship. And now, without further delay, I'm thrilled to share that the very worthy TalentNomics Innovating Awardee is Reshma Sojani, founder and CEO of Girls Who Code, a non-profit making organisation working to close the gender gap in technology, reimagine what a programmer looks like, and engineer new opportunities for girls in this exciting field. To date, Girls Who Code has reached over 450,000 young women around the world. Here's more about Reshma Sojani's inspirational work.
If you know how to code, you can change the world. But what does it take to be a coder? Do you need a PhD? Do you need VR goggles? Bad posture? Lots of computer monitors? Which one is he looking at? Or do you need to solve this Rubik's Cube in under 4 seconds? No. All you need to do is move your mouse towards this PDF and click, or double click. Learn to code just by opening a PDF.
Thank you, Reshma, for your vital work dedicated to expanding opportunities for women around the globe. Our sincere congratulations on being this year's TalentNomics Innovating Award winner.
Hi, I'm Reshma Sojani, the founder of Girls Who Code, and I'm so honored to get this award. Girls Who Code, it's the honor of my life. I've gotten the opportunity to teach hundreds of thousands of girls to code, and I know that my students are going to find a cure to cancer, COVID, and climate. So thank you so much for recognizing our work.
Our fourth and final individual award celebrates an inspiring individual for walking the talk. The essence of this category is gender equity, with a focus on implementing policies and practices in organizations to deliver desired outcomes. I would like to welcome another one of our platinum sponsors, Jack Azaguri, a senior managing director with Accenture, and he will present the next award.
Thank you, and hello to everyone watching. It's an honor to be here today representing Accenture. We are pleased to sponsor TalentNomics and help support today's award program celebrating game changers. I am proud of Accenture's unwavering commitment to a culture of equality. We've included an inspiring video that shares more as part of this event.
This can bring everyone in and lift everyone up. This can give new voices a way to be heard and new ideas a place to thrive. This can take what each of us does best and give it incredible power. This can erase the limits we see and the labels we feel. This can grow new leaders and endless opportunities. This can make us even more confident, more capable, and more committed. This can create wonders and huge rewards. This is a culture of equality. We call the ones who light the way the culture makers. And to make this a reality, it has to be a priority. For leaders, for all of us.
We've set bold goals to accelerate gender equality. For example, we are working to achieve a gender-balanced workforce by 2025. Another way we're advocating for progress is through our commitment to recruit, develop, mentor, and retain women at all career levels. And we are invested in flexible work arrangements and comprehensive training programs to help women thrive at Accenture. Moving to today's spotlight, it is my pleasure to present the TalentNomics Walk the Talk Award to Jane Veron, CEO of the Acceleration Project. Otherwise known as TAP, this nonprofit organization pairs volunteer services such as financial analysis, marketing, and e-commerce with small, women, and minority-owned businesses. During the pandemic, TAP created free emergency services to help small businesses survive during COVID, and its programs reached thousands more women and minority-owned business owners across the US. This is such important work, helping so many during such a difficult time. And I learned that I have a coincidental connection to Jane. She was recently elected the mayor of my town, Scarsdale, New York. I'm looking forward to crossing paths in person sometime soon. Before we turn it over to Jane, please enjoy this short video introduction about the Acceleration Project.
They say that with hard work, you can go anywhere in life. But even hard work needs a partner. That's where the Acceleration Project comes in. Our goal is in our name, to accelerate underserved small businesses. That's why when the world stood still, we kept moving. And our mission became more critical than ever. With over 135 consultants with tried and true industry experience, we began to rethink business models and reimagine products and redefine services. We're working hard to position these small businesses for success during these unprecedented times, and for the future too. Because we know a business is so much more than just a business. It's a livelihood, it's a college tuition, it's a community, it's the economy. We make small businesses stronger because when small businesses succeed, communities succeed. And when communities succeed,
Thank you, guys. You have a great day.
Thank you. We all succeed. We are the Acceleration Project.
Thank you, TAP.
Thank you.
Thank you, TAP.
Thank you so much, TAP.
Wow, truly inspiring work. And with that, Mayor Jane Veron, it is my honor to present you with the TalentNomics Walking the Talk Award for the Acceleration Project. Congratulations, Jane.
Thank you, Jack. I'm truly honored by this award. The Acceleration Project is unique with two inseparable missions. We identify incredible talent with expertise in finance, ops, marketing, and give them the tools to support small business owners, particularly women and people of color. Both missions are an outgrowth of my personal experience, stepping away from corporate life and observing my own local economy as online shopping and big box stores and then COVID wreaked havoc on small businesses. I'm so proud of how we've grown with rapid acceleration as COVID underscored the urgency of our work. We quickly pivoted to create free emergency services to help these businesses survive the pandemic. We're so grateful to our donors, corporate sponsors, and partners who enable us to do our work, serve our clients, and make meaningful impact. Together, we lift up underrepresented communities and make the American dream a reality. Thank you, TalentNomics, for recognizing our achievements.
And now I'm very honored to introduce you to Nitti Banerjee. TalentNomics co-founder and board member.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm delighted to be here with you today to honor and celebrate 4 amazing game changers. Congratulations, Jane, Sree, Reshma and Ziauddin. You have boldly changed the world to make it a much better, brighter place for all of us. Thank you. On your behalf, we at TalentNomics would like to make a $4,000 donation to help Afghan girls continue their education. These girls have evacuated to the Washington capital region, and we'd like, with your help, to help them fly fearlessly again. Last August, I wrote a poem, Aurora. It expresses my deep feelings for Afghanistan and our interest in helping Afghan girls succeed. I'd like to share a verse from this poem. Kabul has fallen, but we can stand tall with our Afghan sisters. We can stand firmly behind our Afghan sisters. Lend them our ears, wipe their tears, give them a hand, a helping hand, so they can land gently, so they can dream fearlessly, fly again.
Now that we have honored talented and amazing individuals for their incredible contributions in the workplace, it is time for our final 2 awards, spotlighting organizations that champion women's leadership efforts around the world. Organization award recipients will receive executive mentoring for their designated employees as part of this special recognition. We begin with the Leading with a Diverse Corporate Board Award. This award celebrates organizations with at least 40% female representation and who have a strong leadership pipeline of diverse and women candidates. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you TalentNomics Board Chair and Accenture Managing Director, Dr. Gala Prabhu, who will be presenting our first organizational award for leading with a diverse corporate board.
Hello everyone, and thank you for participating today. TalentNomics' first organizational award goes to a company that truly demonstrates what it means to be a leader in board diversity and female representation. As the co-founder and the chairperson of TalentNomics, it gives me great pleasure to announce that Diageo is the recipient of our Leading with a Diverse Corporate Board Award. In 2019, Diageo was ranked #1 globally for gender equality in the Equilibre Global Agenda Quality Report. 60% of its board and 50% of its executive committee and leadership pipeline are women. Over a third of its board is ethnically diverse. It's my great pleasure to introduce Caroline Rhodes, Global Inclusion and Diversity Director, to accept this award on behalf of Diageo. Thank you so much for the inspiring work to create a truly diverse company. Please accept this award with our congratulations.
Thank you so much, Gala, for this amazing recognition. I'm here accepting this on behalf of Diageo. And here at Diageo, we really do believe in championing inclusion and diversity. It is core to our strategy and our ambitions for the future, with truly stretching 2030 goals in this space. Over the last 10-11 years, we've made great progress in the area of inclusion and diversity, but especially gender. And that is led from the board and our executive through the business, top to bottom. And it is about every single one of our employees really understanding the role they play in creating a truly inclusive culture that unlocks our purpose of celebrating life every day, everywhere. Whether that be through the launch of policies and practices, such as our groundbreaking 26-week parental leave, or through the launch of our Thriving Through Menopause guidelines to support those experiencing menopause in the workplace and out with families. We know there's more to do. This is a journey which many businesses are on. We listen, we learn, we take input, and we go again. And I think for us, this is about progressing the agenda for the future. And I look forward to sharing more of that, whether that be in gender, sexuality, disability, in the months, weeks, years to come. So thank you very much.
And now, our final award, Investing Through a Diversity Lens. This award celebrates organizations that fund or invest in entities with diverse boards and 25% or greater female representation. Please join me in welcoming Kathleen Odell, a principal with Deloitte and a former TalentNomics award recipient. Kathleen will now present our final award, Investing Through a Diversity Lens.
Hello. As a former TalentNomics award recipient, I'm so happy and honored to be here today. The next TalentNomics corporate winner is recognized for mobilizing a global consortium of more than 100 venture funds committed to investing $1 billion and beyond in women-founded companies spanning more than 30 countries worldwide. It is my honor to present the Investing Through a Diversity Lens Award to Beyond the Billion and the $1 Billion Fund for Women and its co-founders, Sarah Chen and Shelly Porges. Sarah and Shelly founded the Beyond the Billion and $1 Billion Fund for Women to address the gender venture investment gap where women-founded teams traditionally receive less than 3% of total venture capital funding. Here's a short video about Beyond the Billion. Shelly and Sarah, thank you so much for your amazing work. First, I'd like to introduce Shelly Porges, co-founder of Beyond the Billion. Many thanks, Shelly.
Thank you, Kathleen, for this wonderful recognition. At Beyond the Billion, our mission is to catalyze capital for innovative, venture-backable, women-founded companies. In 2018, when we launched the $1 Billion Fund for Women campaign, we rallied the venture community to pledge $1 billion towards women founders, and this goal was met in under 9 months. Now we're going beyond the billion, focused on driving capital to venture funds investing into women to drive returns through diversity. There is a lot of data out there now that demonstrates that funds managed by women and gender diverse teams perform better than male-founded only teams, which today attract 86% of all capital. While over 80% of our fund managers are women, people of color, or both, we also have male champions out there who recognize they also want to benefit from women-led innovation and higher returns.
Thank you. It's now my pleasure, on behalf of TalentNomics, to introduce Sarah Chen, co-founder of Beyond the Billion, to accept this award for investing through a diversity lens in recognition of your organization's incredible achievements and contributions to expanding opportunities for women in the venture capital arena. Congratulations.
Thank you for this honor and for all that you're doing to celebrate the achievements of women. We at Beyond the Billion are so excited to continue to catalyze capital for women-led innovation and to do so with over 100 of our partner funds, venture capitalists, and limited partner investors who just know that when you invest in women, you're in good company. We also want to thank our corporate sponsors who we could not have done this without, as we now publish our first Billion Global Impact Report: Pacific Western Bank, Bank of America, MasterCard, and Motley Fool Ventures. Be sure to join us on our journey and follow us on social media on Beyond the Billion on all channels, beyondthebillion.com.
Thank you all for helping us honor these wonderful individuals and organizations. Together, they are expanding opportunities for women and girls around the world. We hope that their work has inspired you to make changes too. We believe that developing the talents and expanding the number of women in leadership will transform the workplace and the world. To learn more about our nominees and award recipients, please visit TalentNomics.org. Thank you all for your efforts and achievements. Lastly, a special thanks and gratitude to our sponsors for today's event: Accenture, Nokia, and Synopsys. And to the TalentNomics board and selection panel for their contributions to the 2021 Game Changer Awards. Special thanks for production assistance from editor Damel Dieng, producer-director Catherine Lawrence, host Anu Pappers, and Cool Brands. Thank you all again for joining us today for this TalentNomics celebration.
Wow, that was inspiring. Congratulations to all the winners. What an exciting day, Anish. Lots to unpack. I don't know where to start from, lots to assimilate.
I know, Nikita, it's been a very, very productive day, right? I mean, with women sort of creating a nurturing future and, technology needing to be blind, gender blind. There's so much takeaway from today's session. But with that, I think I can proudly say that we're done for today. I'm going to hope that every one of you will join us tomorrow at 1:15, and we will look forward to another exciting day tomorrow. See you, everybody. Bye, Nikita. See you tomorrow.
See you all. Bye.
Bye.